Yeah, we're gonna move them to, yeah, we're gonna put them
I
to,
thought you said there was only 3 copies, Cindy.
Of the one.
there's more coaches than that on the team. Y'all ready? Y'all didn't get that on air, did you? My smart mouth. We are now in session, Mr. Superintendent.
All right, Mr. Vest, I've got a couple things to change on the agenda before we get the recommendation to approve the agenda.
Okay.
We need to, add the resolution that was just read for Hazel Green High School's 2026 6A State Championship basketball team.
We'll do that right before we go to the recommendation approval. of-
Okay.
Yeah.
Would like to add, under the administrative items, approval of the capital updates that were presented this morning, the 5 items, the 2 maintenance items, and the 3 capital items.
Okay.
And then on contracted services, we need to pull number 26.
Number 26.
I'm sorry.
126.
126.
Don't pull number 26.
Yeah. All right, with those changes, I recommend approval of the agenda dated April 10th, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the minutes dated March 2nd and March 12th of 2026.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
On to administrative items. So the first one will be, I recommend approval of the resolution that was read today for the 2026 Hazel Green High School Girls State Championship Basketball Team.
And we made the changes.
It's corrected.
It's all corrected. Marcia came through for us.
That's right.
Motion.
Motion,
Second.
motion and a second. Give it to Bill.
Okay.
All in favor say
Aye.
aye. All in favor.
I recommend approval of the capital updates that were presented today. Which one?
Purple Star resolution. Next. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The resolutions,
For-
the Purple
The Purple
Star.
Star
Okay.
resolution. That Ms. Cross?
We'll do it next, yeah.
Okay, capital plans.
What, do you want to stay under resolutions? Cindy, is that what you want to do? Let's
That's
just-
what I was
Okay,
suggesting.
I recommend the approval of the resolution for the Purple Star District program that was read earlier this morning.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I don't know what goes into that for the district, but I'd like to say thank you for who all helped, who didn't help. This is great for our system, so.
Well, you know, I retired from service. We did 20 years. I did multiple deployments and frequently left my wife for, instead of 6 months, 7 and 8 months at a time. So having a support system for the families that when the serviceman or woman deploys is critical to maintaining their morale when they're overseas.
All in favor say aye.
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 All in favor.
Now I recommend approval to amend the capital plan to include the 5 items that were discussed earlier.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the Social Studies and Arts Education Textbook Committee selections as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the February financial statements and payments of bills as submitted.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the bid renewals as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say
Aye.
Aye. All in favor.
I recommend approval of the contracts for services as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the personnel items and the addendum as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor.
I recommend approval of the principal contracts as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 I recommend approval of the assistant principal contracts as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All in favor.
I recommend approval of the assistant superintendent contract as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All in favor.
What was the count on that vote again? Everything's good?
Yeah.
Good, man.
It was 4-0.
4-0.
Carrie just got to count to 3.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
recommend approval of the supplemental contracts as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Bex, congratulations to our principals who have been renewed for 3 years. Ms. Bass for her 3-year contract as our assistant superintendent for academics, and our assistant principals who were renewed for 3 more years. So we got our administration locked down for another 3 years moving forward.
Man,
I want to say this before I should have added this in district highlights, but something to me, is very special happening at Central today. Our DARE program is back, and it is starting at kindergarten at Central School. And I feel like that is probably one of the most important things we can start back. I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of starting at Central, and it's starting today at 12, so that's kind of a big deal.
that's starting in all our schools, is it?
Yeah, it's
not?
going to come to all of our schools, but that's just kind of where the SROs kind of got together and wanted to bring it back because it's very important.
It is very important.
It kind of got away from the school system for a little bit, so now it's back in it, and I'm pretty proud of it. So
Dr. Macy, we're starting out with kindergarten, correct, this year? And then
Yes.
Kindergarten,
The next year will be kindergarten and 5th grade,
yep.
and then from there we'll expand it out.
He one of the SROs texted me. He was like, "Hey, we're starting DARE today at 12." So I think that's great.
How long has it been out of our schools?
Years. We had it when I was in school, and I mean, I'm just saying but I remember it falling out probably about 20-something years ago, maybe. I mean, it's been a while.
I was at Newmarket when we had it, and then it stopped before, somewhere around there.
I think it's extremely important.
Very
I think
important.
it's, yeah.
We had DARE, and then we went to GIVE, which was the Gang Intervention and Violence Education with now Sheriff Turner. He was investigator, and that was with DA's office and Children's Advocacy Center, and that was that group. And then that stopped, and then it was kind of like a hiatus. We didn't have anything and now we're getting back to DARE's.
Yeah. I guess I need to give a shout out to those SROs because they actually had to go take a DARE class, and they had to take tests. I mean, it wasn't just like a fun little trip. They actually had to go pass. So, I mean, yeah.
I'm sure it's changed since I was in school, because when I was in school, they used to have an egg and say, "This is your brain on drugs." And
That's
you
it.
know, that was pretty much the DARE program when I was
Yeah.
in school. But I'm so glad that we're starting that back. It is very much needed.
Yeah.
As you can look around the country and see.
Yep.
So,
Well, I'm very, very thankful for the relationship we have with the Madison County Sheriff's Office and our deputies. And Deputy Reuter, thank you for what you do for us here and keeping us safe during our board meetings and our schools around here. But we have a great relationship with the Sheriff's Office, and this is just another extension of the relationship that we have with them. And, you know, they're a critical part of the safety of our schools. And, you know, and I'm gonna commend Dr. Minsky again, that I believe that some of the things that we've done in safety in this district, we lead the state, and I would put us up with a lot of people across the nation as far as the safety of our schools. And so, Doc, I want to thank you for that, and continuing to look at what we can do to make our schools. And they're always looking, they go visit the schools, and they see what else they can do to make things a little bit better, tighter, and a little safer. And, you know, we've had some unfortunate incidents where some things have been found on campuses, but because of what we've put in place, they're being found on campuses, and they're being discovered, and they're being notified, and that's a good thing. It shows what we're doing is working, so.
Yep.
And the important thing is they're being found before they can be used.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Minsky.
Yeah, thank
You do a lot for that.
At this time, I'll take a vote to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? We will not, yeah, we will vote on it. We'll have to vote on this transfer.
Yes, but.
That's it. We'll vote up or down on that,
Then
so.
I'm presenting a certification for a legal executive session, so you'll actually vote on executive session twice, but there'll be no votes after that second.
So we're gonna do the unique
executive
transfer and then come back into regular session and then go back out and then
That's
go back
correct.
in and then, okay. And then get out, okay.
My
Ooh,
motion,
okay.
cover all that?
No, we're gonna have to do it again, but, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I appreciate that.
Why are they starting in New Hope?
session.
I mean, Central.